Okay, I think there's a lot of you out there that may be thinking that this vlog that I'm talking about today is me coming out and saying that I'm gay. And that is not the case. There'd be nothing wrong with that at all if that's what the case was today. But no, that is not where I'm going with this topic today. Mind you, I went on a date the other week with a guy off of Bumble, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, he stood up, he was gorgeous, exactly what I'd like in a physical appearance. And when he opened his mouth and started talking, I thought, there is just no way that this guy is straight. There's just no way. His voice was very, very feminine, and even the way his mannerisms were, they were also feminine. And many of the different things that he said in our conversation really led me to believe that I think this guy is on the wrong dating site. He should be looking for men. But you know what? I realized for myself afterwards that I could be wrong. It's possible. I absolutely could be wrong about this person. That is true. But my gut and my body were saying, no, this guy is not for me. He absolutely should start looking for men. But you know what? He may not even be realizing that this is his truth. It's quite possible. But I'm realizing it. And the thing is that I'm recognizing this in myself, that this person is just not for me, not capable of giving me what I want. I'm already turned off in the sense of I'm not physically attracted. Definitely somebody else could be, no doubt about that, but just not for me. And this is in the recognition of what I want to talk to you about today is your own truth, because it doesn't matter who you are. If you're straight, gay, doesn't matter. We have all been living in a closet. Some of us for a short time, some of us will live our entire lives in this closet and go to our graves that way. And others of us will have an awareness and be able to speak our truth and come out with that. And this is key in a relationship, absolutely, in a marriage, and moving even out of a marriage into divorce, or hanging on to the relationship, the marriage, the partnership, whatever that may be that you're in. Because speaking your truth, recognizing it, being aware of it, is where the freedom is. I know that I advertised my vlog today with the movie Brokeback Mountain. I believe that that is one of the most beautiful love stories ever created for all of us. And I think that movie came out at least about 15 years ago. And it brought us into an awareness of what it's like to be hiding in our truth, to be hiding in what we really want out there, to be resisting the desires that we really have. And if you go back and watch that movie, which I would suggest that you do, it's a beautiful scene where Heath Ledger is waiting for Jake to come and see him that second time. And he is married, but yet he knows that this is not for him. It shows in all of his actions, the way he talks, the way he looks at his wife, the way that he's having an intimate relationship with her. All of it is just not jiving, and she is even picking up on this. She doesn't quite know what it is. But when Jake comes along, he is just so excited. It's just in his body. It's a full yes to this man. He is so excited. He can't hide his feelings. He can't hold them back. He can't wait to just get him aside and kiss him and love him and hold his face. And I don't think he really even cares what's going on. And she happens to see this moment with the two of them. And he is so into it, it doesn't even really matter anymore, because that is his truth. And this is what I'm asking you today. Do you know what your truth is? Do you know what it is that you really desire in your relationship with someone? Because what I have found in our society and in this world and all around me, all around all of us, and we can pick up on it because we start to become more aware with our own truth, our own desires. We see it in other people that are around us, is that we have gotten into relationships and into marriages because of all of the right things. There are so many good reasons for having a relationship with someone and for getting married. They're very admirable reasons, very honorable reasons. And they're right reasons for so many things, for so many people. It can be a part of our culture. It can be a part of our religion. It can be a part of our family and our society, saying that, you know, A, B, C, D, all the way to Z are the qualities that you need and the things that are going to make your relationship survive and last and thrive. And a lot of those things are. But then what starts to happen for many people is that we're realizing that they're not our truth at all. They're not what we're really desiring and craving in our life. And it's okay, because I felt like this too. And what can happen to us when we start to realize these things is that we can feel very resentful. We're trying to change the other person and trying to make them into someone that they're not for us. I have seen this all around me. I've done it myself. And what happens is that this person isn't those things for us. There are many beautiful things for us and have many gorgeous qualities that we are attracted to, that do give us many things. But on the whole, something is happening to us that we're not feeling that this person is capable or willing or able to fulfill our desires and our needs. And that's where it's, you know, you start to try to figure this stuff out. One thing is by knowing what it is that you want, knowing the things that you don't want. Your body will tell you in many ways that things aren't right for you. It's not feeling good for you. That can show up in many ways. It can show up in your stomach, in your bowels. It can show up in your back. It can show up in headaches. It can be an overall sickness. It can be where you become very thin. You can be very overweight. There's so many things, but that is something that's personal for you to be recognizing in yourself. And it's taking a full responsibility, no blame on the other person for what that is that's coming up for you on a very consistent basis over time. And sometimes, and actually quite often, it shows up long before, but you're just not ready for that message that's coming to you, that's saying that this person is not what you're really looking for in your life, that's going to be completely fulfilling for yourself. And one thing that you can do is, once you do know the things that you want and you desire, you can be asking this other person. And I think that that is a great thing to do, is to talk and figure out if there's something that they are able to do for you. And that is speaking your truth, asking them to be able to do the things that you want, to be able to give you the things that you want. if there are things that are turning you off about them, to be able to talk to them about it. And that is very difficult, because what that does for yourself is that you are considering them and their feelings, and that's the compassion in yourself. That's a beautiful thing, because you don't want to hurt this other person's feelings at all. But really what that's doing is it's hurting you, and it's destroying you inside. So first, by talking about these things with the other person, bringing them up is a great way to start, because maybe it's possible that you two can figure this stuff out together, and that they are capable of fulfilling your needs, that they are helping you with your desires, and you with them. That is quite possible. It goes both ways to be able to be honest with each other. And that's what I'm saying about this closet that we have, that we are in for, and like I said, it can be a short time in our lives before we recognize these things, a very long time, or not at all, where we want to go there in that awareness. So by having this awareness with yourself of what your desires are, and by able to bring them to the forefront and talk about these things, is the first step. But it could be as well that you do know that this is someone who cannot go there, who is not capable. They're not able to meet you on this level in your life. And it's a higher level. It's a truer level to what's real for you. I'm not saying that this person doesn't bring you lots of beautiful things, or you to them, but it's not your truest self, your truest longing. And it also can be that you are feeling so suffocating in your life, and when you find what it is and discover what it is that you really want, then it's just pure oxygen that's out there for yourself. It is stepping into, yes, an unknown, an unfamiliar place. And that is where heaven is in this area of your life. And it's okay to go there. It takes a tremendous amount of self-realization, a lot of courage, and stepping forth to know what it is that you want and you desire, and going after it. And like I said, it's back to that movie. It's a great comparison to see how that feels, what that looks like to you, and how that feels for you. And again, it could be a gay relationship, it can be straight, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what's going on in that realm in your life. It's that you are figuring it out, what your desires are. They're real for you, they're true to you, and you don't have to explain them to anybody else. It's what you want. And what I'm saying too is that I want to get back to feelings of resentment, because this can happen. You can resent that other person for not being what you want. You can also go into a very deep depression for yourself, and that is realizing that you didn't listen to these voices. You didn't listen to what was happening. You went in another direction. And I just want to say it's okay. It's time to lighten up that load for yourself and let it go, and forgive yourself for not listening to these messages that were coming to you all along in these other relationships, and being very, very grateful and thankful for the relationships that you have been in. A lot of us have created children, and those are the most beautiful blessings in our lives because of picking noble and admirable and beautiful qualities in someone else. Those are the gifts that we get for listening to those things. But what I'm also saying is that there are other gifts and beautiful things to happen in your life that are way truer to yourself, where heaven is, by listening to the real feelings that you have and by going with those now in your life. It's beautiful, and it's an unknown territory, like I said, but it's stepping out there, because what happens too is that this is where your truest and most real intimacy is with other people in your life. And it's an experience that a lot of us have not had, and it's out there. You just have to believe that it's there, that you can have those feelings that are longing in your soul and that you desire. Have an incredible day. I hope that this has meant a lot to you as it has to me. And I know that these are the kind of relationships that are out there for yourself if you just take that chance and go after them. So, if you want to see more of any of my stuff, just keep checking into my YouTube every Tuesday night, and you can find some things that I know that you are looking for as well. I have an incredible course that's on my YouTube, my 5 top lessons that I have learned in many, many years of studying and courses and getting into my own truth and opening up my own closet. Because like most of us, we're not even realizing that we're in our own little closet. And like I say, we create our own jail for ourselves. And all along, the door has been wide open for you to experience and walk through. Just push it open.